Welcome everybody to the MiniMapCast. This is minimap.com.au's weekly games podcast, your favourite weekly games podcast. My name is Kerry Palmer, and joining me as always, well, not as always actually, we've got a new version of Jeremy on the show today. It's Mustachio Jeremy. What's going on, bud?
Mustachio Furioso, if you remember from the Ratchet & Clank PS3 games. Yes, I'm here. I've watched Top Gun Maverick, and then I now have this caterpillar on my top lip.
Caterpillar. How has your life changed, Jeremy, this last week?
I don't recognize myself in the mirror as easily as I used to.
With the blonde hair, the mustache.
It's definitely not what I have been. It's definitely not what I usually look like for the past 24 and a half years.
Yep.
Which has been, that's been fun. That's fun to do.
The best side of rather, what am I saying? When I tried to have a mustache, just a mustache by itself, that was fun the time I had it. June specifically said gross. I know you were saying in the break before that your partner's not too happy about your mustache, which is fine because they're not in the country.
I reckon June would change their mind now because they have also seen Top Gun Maverick.
The converted. The mustache conversion has begun.
All it takes is to watch a single movie with the hottest version of Miles Teller that has ever existed, and like I read a news report like months ago when the film first came out that barbers and like just general male hairdressers were saying, I've never seen so many people ask for a mustache before.
Do you think seeing that headline was what gave you the idea? Do you think you would have done this if you hadn't seen that headline?
Probably not. I think the headline helped.
Right.
But
you
also,
were incepted a little bit.
But no, like it was, I think I first noticed it when, like I first desired it when I watched the trailer and I saw Miles Teller on the beach doing his like flick his head back as he's laughing. I was like, I want to be that, but it turns out I don't go to the gym and I eat like shit and I sleep very poorly.
The most alluring part of that scene that like you posted a gif of that was like, wow, look at that guy's body.
Yeah, look how ripped he is.
Good lord.
But his mustache is good.
It's good.
I had
a good mustache, Jeremy.
I had a question for you just before we started, and I'm just going to quickly ask it now.
Okay.
Before you start recording an episode, do you quickly pull up the previous one to make sure you're not wearing what you wore last time? Only because I have started to do that. I've started to make sure that it changed. Like it's just a different jumper, like just a different color jumper. I don't know why, but I do.
You know, I not in that way. But I do. I keep pretty good track of things like that. I mean, especially when I was editing the show. So I know last week I was wearing just my kind of funny hoodie and something else underneath. And so I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll wear this today. I'll wear my nice cashmere jumper, and that'll be different. So like I kind of preempt the, oh fuck, what was I wearing last week? But just with a vague recollection. But it's an issue because when I'm at home, I tend to wear just very comfy clothes, and the days we record are days where I'm at home, and that's most days. And so I tend to wear a lot of the similar clothes most days. So I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I have definitely worn doubles up, but then I always notice it after the fact, and I'm like, and like it's, who cares? I care.
Yeah.
For some reason.
There you go. It's like if I rocked up and we were wearing the same shirt.
We should do that.
What?
We should do that. That would be funny.
That would be funny. I was gonna come up with an anecdote, but I've decided it's actually not that interesting. So I'm just gonna move on.
You got it.
Here we go with the script, everybody. Here it comes. You can catch us every week on any podcast platform of choice to listen to the MiniMapCast, where we record our thoughts on video games. You can also watch us on Twitch live as we record the show. If you like what you're hearing, it isn't all going to be about mustaches, movies, and outfits. It's mostly going to be about video games. Please give the show a positive rating wherever you're listening to us. And if you want to join us as we record the show, as I just said before, we are live every Monday. It's 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/minimapau. Before, during, and after the show, we hang out with Twitch chat, which is always a good time. We'd love it if you joined us there for it. Be sure to keep up to date with us when we post a new episode or anything else for minimap.com.au. You can do that by following our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch accounts. That is at MiniMapAU for all of those accounts. It's a good way to know what we talk about in each episode. For example, what was our topic last week? It was DreamHack and it was The Last of Us. That's what we spoke about last week. That was a big, long discussion. And this week we're actually going to try to rank every * Mario game.
I'm going to kill Mario.
Yep. Watch out, Mario. Jeremy's got a knife. The way we're actually going to be handling that one is we're going to put all the Mario games that we decide to rank in a bracket, and then
going to smash through
have them fight to the death over and over until there's only one left. And the way we're going to decide which games go into the bracket is we're going to decide that during the break on Twitch, live with chat. So it's a good reason to jump into the chat. You can be there to help us rank stuff, see how we can alter the format. So it's a good way to hang out with us. We also wanted to thank Shook for letting us use the Moog Model Improv as the music for the MiniMapCast. You can listen to more of Shook's music at shook.bandcamp.com. Lastly, if you want to help keep the lights and mics on, you can throw $5 our way and become one of our patrons. It helps us to continue to do this. You can ask us questions to answer on the podcast, and it's as cheap as a latte with oat milk. You can do that by going to patreon.com/minimapau. That's about it for the scripts. I would say I nailed it for the first time ever.
No, you've nailed it before.
I don't know if I've nailed this script.
Yeah. No, I remember because you pointed it out last time you did it as well.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still rare, so I'm excited when it happens. We got a couple of check-ins of some random games here, but what we're going to start off with is Jeremy's time that he spent this week playing Sam Barlow's newest game, Immortality. This is the creator who made Her Story and Telling Lies. They're FMV games, which tend to always get a lot of good critical reception. What have you thought of the newest entry, Jeremy?
I've lied to you. I'm not going to talk about Immortality. I'm going to talk about Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is a game I played 5 times more than Immortality this week for some reason.
Why did you lie to me?
Because I thought it would be funny to lie to you and then tell you on air that I've played, for some reason, maybe 8 hours of this Disney Animal Crossing game instead of playing the game that I've been wanting to play for weeks.
Why have you done this?
I lied!
Sam in the chat says, I like this, haha. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage this schemy behavior.
So I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley.
I gave you so much preamble for Immortality too before you even said anything.
I know. So I did play some Immortality, but not nearly enough to talk about it.
That's fine.
So Disney's Dreamlight Valley it's an Animal Crossing-esque Sims Light game set in the Disney universe, where you rock up to like the Disney, like I guess just Disneyland, but not the theme park, the world, and
Disney World.
No, not that theme park either. The world of Disneyland. The world of
Disneyland
Disney.
in Disney World, which is different to Disney World or Disneyland, which are separate.
Yes, yeah, the Disney realm. Let's say. Dreamlight Valley is what it's called. In this game, everybody has forgotten something. I don't really know what, but like there's thorns everywhere, all over the place. takes for fucking... You know when you start Animal Crossing and there's weeds everywhere?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but there's like way more. Like way more and they get in your way and you have to break them. And they're very easy to break, but there's a lot of them. And it takes up... And you have an energy bar, unlike Animal Crossing. Like, it's very easy to get energy because you just, like, get apples and eat them and your energy bar's full after 3 apples and they grow very quickly. It's not like they grow once a day like Animal Crossing. They will just continue to grow as you leave the area and go somewhere else. Leads me to wonder what the point of the energy bar is, to be completely honest with you, because it's completely... You just keep filling it up again, and I've never once come close to running out of food.
Probably just to have a point of difference. Maybe.
The tools don't have durability, so it's already better than New Horizons. It's not better than New Horizons. This is a very funny game. It's worth...
So I heard you say something. I have seen a preview for this a couple of months ago. You said, everyone's forgotten something. When you say everyone, you mean Disney characters.
Yeah. Like there's
You're a character and you're surrounded by Disney characters.
Let me tell you, I am the gayest character that Disney has no intention of making. And yet, like, if you... I've got a screenshot of my character. Very, very queer coded character. And because it's me, very queer. And you walk around and you talk to Merlin, and Merlin's like, I've forgotten everything, and you talk to him a little bit more, and he's like, I remember now. Some stuff, but like they keep talking about their...
Here's a couch.
They keep talking about they had a ruler who like went missing or whatever, and I'm like, it's Mickey Mouse. But then very soon I found Mickey Mouse, and like, and he's talking about the ruler. So unless he's forgotten that he was the ruler, which might be it. I don't know.
What if you're the ruler, and it's some like back in time BS?
No, because like I'm finding notes and shit. Like I'm finding clues and letters. I don't know who it might be. Maybe it's like
Beast.
Beast would be good. Maybe it's like good. Maybe it's
Gaston.
I was gonna say Mike Wazowski.
Here's Jeremy's character on screen.
When it comes into
camera
focus.
focuses in. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, look at this lumberjack looking fella. This is good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hipster lumberjack. I like it.
Yes. I have a feeling... So this game was made by Gameloft, which usually make mobile games, which I thought was funny that they're making a console PC game. It's worth pointing out this game is in very, very early access, which I'll get to in a moment.
The earliest access.
Yeah. I want to say that maybe... Like, because, Disney's queer representation has been pretty dreadful over the past few years. I want to say that maybe this was made... Like, the character was made sort of a bit more queer codedness, maybe as like a fuck you, but I can't tell because like...
What do you mean as a fuck you?
As like you're not putting him in the movies, so we're going to make all of the characters gay, because I didn't decide the walk cycle, and I didn't decide the way he stands, and the way everything fits and everything. And like, there's also quite a lot of good like representation options in it, like different skin tones, but also like different tones of like alopecia, for example, and plenty of different like headwear, which is cool as well. The game itself it's very Animal Crossing. You have a village sort of thing, and you sort of like Goofy showed up and Merlin showed up and Scrooge showed up, and then Scrooge runs the shop, and you can upgrade the shop by paying it, and you like there are stones in the ground, you mine them with your pickaxe, and you get like a little rock, and the inventory is the same thing as Animal Crossing, except less a pain in the ass to go in and out of. And you like build up a friendship level with each of the characters, do quests for them, and then you can invite them along to sort of do things with you, like mining or fishing or digging holes and finding clues and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much like, hey, this character wants this item, hey, this character wants this item sort of thing. But there's also like you've got a house which you can, cover with furniture and stuff. And place it on a grid and change the walls and the windows and all that stuff. I don't think anyone should play this game yet. Only because the game is very buggy. Very, very buggy. And
damn.
It's like, so I hit a bug called game initialization error 7. So your energy meter, if you eat more food than your maximum energy meter will allow, it will go into basically just like an overdrive mode, which is it will just double up over itself with a different color to be like, hey, you've now got this much additional energy and you can't eat while you've got that up. If you save and quit the game while you have any overdrive energy, the game will then hard lock itself, and you had to wait until I think a patch came out today. I don't know if it came out today. God. I can't tell, but the game will simply not open.
So that happened to you?
That happened to me, and it happened.
So what? You would have played more, but you got locked out for days.
I got locked out for a day. It happened to me yesterday. Okay. And it happened to me yesterday because I tried to give Uncle Scrooge some items for a quest, and it refused to give him the items. It kept on saying, "Hey, do you want to give him the item?" And I'd hit yes, and it wouldn't do anything. The menu stayed up. Doing yes would not do anything, and doing no would close the menu. Drop the items, picked them up, split the items, put them in my box, add them in my box into the inventory, all that stuff, right? Didn't work at all. And I was like, well, maybe I'll restart the game. And I restarted the game with overdrive energy, and then it locked me out.
Great.
There's also weird, the cloud saving doesn't work properly, but it's because it's doing its own external cloud saving to its own Gameloft servers, which you can log in to do. But I think Xbox has cloud save, so I'm not sure why they're not doing that unless it's cross-platform save, which if it is, then that might be cool. I haven't really looked too into that because it was make an account, and I'm like, no. This game does cost money, but it's also on Game Pass, which is where I played it. But I think people should still wait for a few weeks to sort of allow these kinks to be ironed out. They have addressed this.
Yeah, those soft locks and.
Yeah. They have addressed the game initialization error 7, saying we are working on a fix for this and we should have it out this week now.
It does have cross save.
Right. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool if you got it on multi-platform.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have cross play because it doesn't have multiplayer, but they are looking at adding that as a feature.
Multiplayer. Wow. Okay. Yeah, look, there are some things that are quite cute about it. I entered the castle, and then it was like, hey, here's a bunch of different doors which will allow you to enter different universes, so you can find more friends, basically.
Monsters Inc. doors, or just Portal fancy magic doors?
Disney looking doors. But they were there's one which is a trash planet. There's one with an ocean god, and there was another one which I don't remember what it was.
So they're not attached to properties. They're just miscellaneous.
No, they are. Ocean God is Moana. Trash Planet is Wall-E.
Right.
I went in the Wall-E one. I was like, fuck yeah, I love Wall-E. I'll go in and save Wall-E. And I did, and it was very sweet, except there's weird, kind of dialogue with Wall-E, even though he doesn't, It's just weird to go to, future bad Earth, I guess, as, a concept in this planet. Yeah,
and then is he a quest giver that you can
Yeah, it's there's a
speak to.
So there's a little zone that you help Wally clean up all the rubbish on this planet, plant some trees, and do a couple of other things. Fix one of his treads on his wheels, and then after that he'll come back with you and move into your town, and then you then get another villager that way.
Okay.
Because all the villagers, they're not just the randomly created, characters that have got a set of things. They're all IP.
Yeah.
And so they sort of come from a place. Apart from the more foundational characters like Mickey, Donald, and Merlin and Scrooge. Also, Mickey's really weird in this. His eyes are fucking they're the wrong distance away from him. He kind of looks a little bit cross-eyed, which is funny. But also he's very sad, and very happy at the same time because he's Mickey and he's like, "Hey, friend, how are you?" Blah 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 blah. And then he's like, "I miss my wife, Minnie."
Yeah.
like over and over and over again. I'm like, "Are you okay?"
I'm so fucking lonely, dog.
Yeah.
What do you mean they're a bit close, I guess, but they're not that
It's
bad,
just, look, I think because I've seen, like, Mickey is drawn in such a consistent way throughout his entire life. Any slight change or any yeah, right, yeah. Any slight difference is very noticeable.
Okay.
That's like when they changed the color of Sonic's arms. It was like, oh, like I noticed this, and it's not wrong, but it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be upset if my arms became yellow too.
Especially if you were blue. Yeah, look, it's fun enough. I think it'll be all right when it's done.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not. I don't know. I don't know at what stage the game has a completion, really, because there is like a story that's happening more than Animal Crossing does, which is just like, hey, like run a village and keep paying off your debt. There is like there's a little mystery afoot, but I don't know if the end of that mystery is in the game or not. I also don't know how far they'll go in terms of like I wonder if they'll add Marvel or Star Wars characters. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's always,
that doesn't seem like a great fit.
I can see them adding like Clone Wars.
I mean, even then, like, oh look, we've got Mickey and Pluto and Kylo Ren. Like, you want to take a photo with Kylo Ren on the beach? And he's like always got his lightsaber out, and he's in his like fractured, reforged mask. And then he's like, "Oh, peace."
It is weird when that stuff happens. Like I was, because there's always been this thing about like, I wonder if they'll add Star Wars to Kingdom Hearts. I wonder if they'll add Marvel to Kingdom Hearts. I don't think they're ever going to add Marvel. But they did plan on doing a Star Wars, the Clone Wars world once. That they did start development on it, and it got axed.
In this game?
No. Like for an old Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh right.
Like they were doing a Star Wars world in one of the Kingdom Hearts games years ago. It got axed like fairly early in development. That there was only like a handful of assets left in the game that's the only reason anyone knew about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's always been this weird, like, how do you like balance that complete tonal shift away from, Disney movies for the most part have a fairly consistent lighthearted-ish tone.
Yeah.
It's why the Pirates of the Caribbean world always felt out of place the most, I feel.
Yeah, well, was there any other live action adaptation that they put in Kingdom Hearts?
They did Tron. But Tron was still somewhat whimsical and has
it's got a whole like other world CG thing.
Yes, yeah. Like Tron worked. It wasn't like you didn't go to 1980 San Francisco and hang out with Jeff Bridges while he's in his arcade. It was like you're on the grid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, Disney's Dreamlight Valley.
Interesting. How much do you think you're going to come to and from it?
Oh, look, it's a pretty mindless game. I can see myself,
and yet here you are.
I know, right? I can see myself playing it. I can see myself playing it maybe once more in like a sizable chunk, and then just like waiting for like a content update or an announcement or something.
Homer Simpson.
Oh, the alien from Alien.
Mo. What a weird game.
Yeah, it is a weird game. It's also weird that it's made by Gameloft. Like they're like a mobile studio for the most part.
Yeah, they are. They look like if Playside in Melbourne was a bit more international, a bit bigger. Looking at their website before, they've made and published, it looks like 20 or 40 and they all look like super high end mobile games that like are just there to
Like,
like pull so much money from you.
a
Also,
lot of licensed
high quality
stuff.
ones like Asphalt Legends and and a couple of Disney games, a Lego Star Wars game. Like,
Did you know that Gameloft was founded by Michael Guillemot, who is the brother of Yves Guillemot?
no, I didn't. Does that mean it's owned by Guillemot Brothers Limited?
I don't know. Its parent.
That's quite
its
strange.
parent organization. I'll give you one guess. No, I'll give you two guesses because it's not. I'll give you one guess and it's not
Tencent.
Ubisoft. No,
It's Tencent.
I'll give you one more.
Parent organization of Gameloft.
Related to that whole saga.
um,
I'm just gonna tell you. It's
Vivendi.
yes.
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 Oh, that's so funny.
Good job.
It's like, no, Vivendi, we don't want you to buy Ubisoft, but
yeah,
here you can have other Guillemot's mobile company.
they were Vivendi weren't really interested in Ubisoft. They were just interested in acquiring the Guillemot brothers.
Yeah, they just want to get the Guillemots out of business.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. No, it is interesting they're doing it. It makes sense though, like, because what they're making with Animal Crossing, like a mindless game like that that's built on routines and making sure that, like, you know, you've got that constant incentivization. You kind of want I could see a mobile game being good for that, because it's all about the hook, right? It's all about the engagement.
Yeah, no, this has got mobile game monetization on it as well. Like, so there's no microtransactions in it yet, but there is a battle pass kind of esque thing, which
Battle.
yeah, right, which they you start off with the currency to buy it, like plus plenty of excess, so of course you instantly buy it, but you can see how they're gonna, like, really plenty of cosmetics will be sold through this device.
Cosmetics aplenty.
Yes. There will be many a Mickey Mouse ear outfit available to you for the low price of $60.
$12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic Four paper bag. Yeah.
I hope that they don't add, at the very least, I hope they don't add any microtransactions prior to the game going 1.0.
I mean, I don't see that not happening.
Yeah,
So,
there's no reason for them not to, aside from they don't like, they share my disdain for it, but like, why would they?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. Well, I'll be interested to hear what you think of it long term. I kind of hear it. I look at it and it seems quite cynical. Like, I look at it and I'm like,
Well, yeah, look, I think that there is room for more of these games. I think is where I've sort of landed on it. Like, it's not an offensive product. It's got some charm. It's got some nice, like, visually it looks all right. The gameplay itself is fine. Like, it's not clunky to play. I'm not like, there's some niceness features that Animal Crossing has that this doesn't, and it also does something's a lot better. Like, I'm never missing what I'm trying to hit, for example, unlike Animal Crossing, because of its like, you know, sometimes you know when you hit a shovel, sorry, you hit a rock with a shovel and you miss, like, fuck, now I've put a hole. Like, you know, like there's a you can clearly see what you're going to hit in this game. It's a different button to the interact button, right? There's a contextual button that only does the hit that rock with the pickaxe.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, all the items, like all the actual tools, they're not in your inventory. They're just like, they're on a wheel separate, because you always want them on you. Putting them in the inventory is just annoying. But yeah, then
Remember how it was like a revelation that, like, Animal Crossing had that, like, weapon wheel for your tools, your tool wheel for the newest one? It's like, whoa!
And they still made it a thing that you had to put it in your inventory.
Yeah,
and they broke.
Yeah, and you can't fit them all on the wheel.
No. So yeah, like, it does some things better, it does some things not as good. like I think there's room for more than one of these type of games.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. You've also got a little Sekiro check-in. How's that been going, Jeremy? You said you had a little anecdote to tell us.
Yeah, so last time I spoke, I was up to Guardian Ape, which you are familiar with, which is a boss spoilers for Sekiro, a big ape which you do the shinobi execution on, where you chop off his head, and then the ape gets up without a head, pulls the sword out of his back, uses it as a weapon while holding his head, which will scream at you. Dope. It's fucking sick as hell. I was having a lot of trouble with this boss. I was struggling quite a bit because I was getting first phase, getting it all the way down. Second phase rinsed me over and over and over and over again. So I had a break, had about 5 or 6 days off of it. Came back, first try. Fucking
nice.
Classic.
Hell yeah.
Classic these games.
With a revive or just
like as in like first phase didn't take damage. Second phase just like, saw the Matrix. Just like one hand behind my back. And then you fight it again later on. You fight another Guardian Ape, but this time it's already in the second phase.
Okay.
But again, it has 2 phases. What is its second phase? A second Guardian Ape.
Oh, fuck.
Starting
from its first or second phase?
Starting from its first, but this one doesn't have a second phase. This one is just an additional first phase Guardian Ape. So you're fighting phase 1 and phase 2.
While dealing with the second phase Guardian Ape.
Yeah.
Blech.
Except the additional Guardian Ape that shows up is not a boss. So you just have to kill the main one, and then the second one will disappear.
Right. Interesting.
Very tricky. Very tricky. But I was in like a zone. You remember that time that I did like, I don't know, half of Dark Souls in a night?
Yeah.
It wasn't
and
quite.
You were drunk?
And I was drunk. It wasn't quite to that extent, but I did a ton of progress really fucking quickly. I like defeated Great Owl, which is like a really, really cool boss. Went through, defeated one of the Great Serpent. Like I've done so much of that game. In like a night, I was just like, yep, cool. What's next? We're going here. Defeated a bunch of great monks. Just like killing fools left and right. It was so cool. Deflecting lightning like a motherfucker. I cannot tell you how cool it is. So there's a thing you learn very on in that game, which is the Mikiri counter, which is like a really important thing to learn because it's like this is how you counter a move that you cannot block. And it is...
That's the thing you do with the spear guy?
Yeah. So any lunge attack, which includes if someone lunges with their fist or their foot, you Mikiri counter it by slamming down their arm or their leg into the ground and then whacking them. It's awesome every time. And I was like, man, Mikiri counter all the way through this game, so rewarding to do every single time. And then I learned how to deflect lightning. And let me tell you, it is so sick because the way to deflect lightning, Kerry, is to do a jump and a block, which is not something you ever do in that game. To deflect lightning, you need to remove yourself from the ground so the lightning doesn't travel through you, but it will then travel to the end of your sword and you deflect it back at the enemy.
Whoa.
It is like another step to remember in your head to do this because at no point are you ever doing that in the game. You are very, very rarely jumping and blocking at any given moment at the same time. It is always a jump or a block, especially because blocking is very important, but there are some attacks you can't block and you can't Mikiri counter. You just have to jump. Yeah. And so you need to tell your brain, do this, don't do this.
Yeah. And
then deflect lightning is, no, time to do both.
Yeah.
This game's something else. Deflecting lightning, so fucking cool. And I've got the Immortal Blade now, and I'm doing some shinobi arts of like proper, like I'm gonna do this special combo move, and this combo move is going to do like an absolute megaton of posture damage to this boss. It is like I am becoming a boss in this game. Like I'm becoming a Sekiro boss.
Yep.
Which is so cool.
If they ripped off your head, you'd come back to life.
Yeah, yep. Like that's it. Just like this game is really excellent. It just feels like a different, like it's just such in a different zone to the rest of those games.
Yeah, no, totally.
And it's like it's masterful. Like all of their games, it's just like a stroke of genius.
Mm-hmm.
I really want you to play this one.
Yeah, I mean, the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, maybe.
Yeah,
it's my plan is to get to it at some point.
Yeah, I know. But like, I want you to get back on that train. I want to see you get through those games, like I have.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I should
follow me down this journey.
I really want to get to Sifu this year too. I think I've been away from Elden Ring for long enough that I could stomach it. But yeah, having been in Elden Ring for nearly a quarter of the year, it was definitely like, oh no.
Yeah,
time to step away. Yeah, maybe I could do that.
I do wonder if Sekiro would sort of fit within Elden Ring, only in terms of that, like the gameplay feels as tight as Elden Ring.
That's cool.
Like just
mechanically.
Yeah, like functionally, like the running, the jumping, the dodging, the blocking, the attacking, like it is all like kind of perfect.
Yeah.
To the point where it's not that Elden Ring didn't iterate on it, but it was just so tight to begin with that going back and forth between those games, I'm sure, would not really be much of a chore, because you're not going to look at one and go, like, aside from, but even then, like, there's unlimited sprint in Sekiro. Like, there's no stamina meter in Sekiro. It is just attacking and blocking
posture.
and posture. Yeah, it's a different beast.
Yeah. The problem is, because it was published by Activision, it only ever goes as cheap as $50.
Oh, you could find it secondhand cheap. It's been around long enough.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, then I have to get it on disc. That's not too bad. Play
it on PlayStation.
Games, huh?
It runs at 60 on next gen because they unlocked it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We'll see. I really want to finish Final Fantasy X right now, so we'll see how my schedule opens up. And then I've been feeling guilty about not finishing Mass Effect or Red Dead Redemption 2. So
did you end up getting
the
Horizon?
backlog weighs heavy this time of year, Jeremy.
Did you end up getting Horizon?
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Looked at that last night and was like, let's get to the end of the story in Final Fantasy.
The other one, Forbidden West.
Yeah, the new one. You
said Zero Dawn.
Oh.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Forbidden. Yeah.
Forbidden Wilds.
Yeah, exactly. Outer Wilds. That's right. I've been playing too much this week. A bunch of stuff I've been normally playing. Final Fantasy. Don't have much to say about it. I did do some Destiny raids though. Been playing a bit through the week, trying to get through the 30th anniversary pack, which you got for free on Epic if you downloaded it. So I finally, for the first time in my Destiny career, Jeremy, I have Gjallarhorn, which is cool.
Yeah, right. Same, actually. I never got it in
the first game.
Yeah, neither.
There's a bunch of cool exotics they released for that 30th anniversary pack, like the Forerunner pistol. It's like the Halo 1 pistol.
Yeah.
And I took it through a strike, just like a normal strike, and it was one-shotting everything from so far away. It was amazing, which is why it's a sidearm that takes like the green ammo, takes the special ammo.
Yeah.
There's cool stuff there. And then I signed up there was a Deepstone Crypt raid happening for everyone running an Arc Solar subclass, which gets you the triumphs in that, where it's like, oh, everyone run Stasis, everyone run Void, everyone run Solar. So there were people who needed the Arc one. It was like, oh, I could do the Arc one and help with that. And we got some other miscellaneous challenges along the way, which was fun. But because that's Beyond Light content, and on the Epic Game Store I don't have the Beyond Light content, but but also I haven't finished the 30th anniversary content. I've got my Epic Games install of Destiny 2 and my Steam install of Destiny 2 on my computer at once right now, which is so annoying.
Are you able to point both launches at the same version of the game?
No, I don't think so, because it's the kind of thing where like the exe will be different, where it will say like in like the launch thing, like through Steam, through Epic.
The app ID, whatever it is.
Yeah, they'd have to like patch the folder each time or something like that.
And then you would try and launch it, and both launches would say you're trying to launch the game, and yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even try to bother with that.
I want to do it kind of just for shits.
Pardon?
I kind of want to do it for shits.
Just see if it works.
Yeah, just to see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be worth it. It's 100 gig. You know, it's not small. It'd be a worthy effort. So we finished the Deepstone Crypt raid, and that finally tipped me over the edge to 1560, which was the level that you needed to be to play the King's Fall raid, which they re-released. That was the Taken King raid from Destiny 1. And the power level was, 1560. And so I got to that, and we finished Deepstone Crypt so quickly. We did it in like an hour after you get past the initial Sparrow bit at the front. It was so quick. We did every encounter on the first try except for the last one, which we took like 3 or 4 tries. Doing random challenges the whole way, which was, we had a great time. But we got to the end and everyone was like, more raid, everybody, maybe? And so I did get to do the whole thing, but I got to do the second half of King's Fall raid, basically. I really wanted to play it when it came out. I wanted to be a part of the day one patch, but I couldn't because I wasn't the right power level, which sucked. So instead, doing this was a fine consolation. I had a good time. It was interesting because this is a raid that's been like remixed, you know, so it's been like reintroduced with different mechanics to work with in Destiny 2 and to make it more modern. But at the same time, like the arenas are pretty similar, I think, to how they were before. And so it did feel a bit simpler in a way. Like they were different sort of encounters. The way the last 2 encounters specifically work, it's done in a way where everyone knows the whole encounter. You know, if you're being Sherped through a raid, it's kind of like, oh, here's your role, do this, and then we'll get through this together. And then you finish the encounter and you kind of look around and you're like, I don't understand what the rest of you were doing or why that worked or what went wrong there or what happened. And I find that pretty frustrating in a raid. But for King's Fall, everyone understood how it worked, the way the mechanics worked. And I don't know if that was because I don't think it was simpler. It was just a different design. And so I felt like I kind of came along for the ride the whole way. But it was fun. It was good. It was great to do that content. It's funny because I only played the Taken King right before Destiny 2 came out because they made all those expansions really cheap.
Yeah.
But that was 5 years ago now. And so I don't remember. I never did the raid for Taken King. I just did all the main story content, but I don't remember that story content. So then I'm coming to the raid. I'm like, oh, finally, I can do the raid for Oryx. And it's like, I don't remember why we're here.
Yeah, right.
I just remember finishing the main campaign and being like, we didn't kill Oryx. Oh. Yeah.
You kill Crota, though, right?
You kill Crota in the first half of in the first like content pack in the Dark Below content pack for that. So that wasn't a part of Taken King. That was part of the.
Is that when you kill Crota?
Yeah, so that was really interesting because they had the Vault of Glass raid, and then that first content pack had another raid.
Yeah.
And then the second content pack didn't, and a lot of the community was like, "Wait, are we not getting raids every release?"
It was House of Wolves or something.
House of Wolves, yeah, and it had this like horde mode thing that they were trying to say was raid like, it was equivalent. Yeah. Everyone was like, "Nah, man, this sucks."
Oh God, I remember that. Yeah, because I did all of that at once because I did all of Destiny 1 and then I fell off, and then just before The Taken King came out, I bought those 2 mini content packs, and so I did all of those in one big chunk.
Yeah,
which
going
was a
into Taken King.
Which was a lot more palatable. And then I remember the first mission of Taken King going like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
I also really
cool cutscene.
I really liked the Taken King. I think that DLC was really cool.
Yeah, that was where Destiny found its feet.
For the first time. Yeah,
I didn't stick around. So yeah, I also did the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, which was the one in the 30th anniversary pack, and that one was really interesting. You go into the loot cave, and it sort of becomes there's this story that you can find if you find all the optional collectibles.
Yeah.
About this person who, there's like a curse on all the engrams that come out of the loot cave, and they spun it into its own fun, different, unique story, which was really cool and had some unique mechanics in there. Yeah, Destiny's good.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I have. Go on.
I was just gonna say I'm excited for that new stuff.
Lightfall.
Yeah, like the Lightfall cinematic is really cool to the point that I'm like, yeah,
so far up your alley.
Oh yeah, but like I've like just looking at their talking about the new city and stuff, and like what if like the city didn't collapse, and Strand being a thing is really funny because of Death Stranding, but also it's like a really cool looking new subclass.
Subclass, yeah.
To the point where I'm like, I will, like, I've got plenty of time, but I am going to catch up on it. And, also just, like, we haven't spoken about this on podcast, I think, but, like, them saying the words, no more vaulting of expansions, almost instantly brought me back.
Yeah. Even although we still don't have Red War or Forsaken available to us.
And I understand what that means because they've been working on they've been working on the halting of vaulting after they had to vault those 2 expansions, which I still think is a shame, because I still think that the Forsaken was the best expansion they put out, but like the
game is now incomplete.
Yeah, but like they are calling Shadowkeep to now, Shadowkeep to the end of the final shape, like a specific saga, like it's got a name and everything. So I hope they can bring some of that old stuff back in a way, but just knowing that me now going to buy the new expansion, that it doesn't have an expiry date on it, is very suddenly a thing that I am much more happy to engage with.
Yeah, it's much more appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they vaulted that content, you were pretty miffed about it, and like us are still miffed about it, and fair enough. But I was a bit like, we've done it so many times. I didn't think it was that good to begin with. Like I see the benefit. I think it's going to be fine. Now that we're a couple of years removed from vaulting each of those content packs, and I have to go to the exotics terminal to buy like the weapons that I didn't earn from that season, and it's like, I heard that was a cool side quest. Actually, I remember I was halfway through that side quest to get that exotic, and then it got vaulted, and now I just have to buy it. It's gotten to the point, and it's also to the point where it's like, I don't remember that much of the Forsaken campaign. I don't remember. I would actually appreciate the linear storytelling of the full Destiny 2 Red War campaign, the cutscenes, seeing Cade, having the planets be there, having the strikes be meaningful in a way that isn't just I'm in the playlist for it. I do miss that content. It's the ghost of itself is, well, pun intended, I guess, is loud in that game.
Yeah. It's
everyone talks about like we lost so much in the Red War. Is like, it was like 5 years ago. Why are we still talking about it? No, we can't stop refreshing our memory on it because new players don't even know what you're talking about.
And it's a shame as well because like you want those things to matter. Yeah. Like, it's meant to be such a meaningful thing, right? Like the tower blew up. Cade got killed.
Yeah, it sure did.
And then, like them continuing to do content off of that, going back to the blown up tower.
Yeah.
Like that was so cool. That was awesome.
It was one of the best missions in the game. Same as Whisper of the Worm on Io. And now that stuff's gone.
And like, so yeah, like we've spoken about this at length, but I do hope that, going forward they allow that even just as just as a narrative. I think that that there's a lot of benefit that and look, Bungie been hiring like fucking nobody's business over the past year. Like,
yeah, now that they've been acquired and they've got that big behemoth behind them again, which they lost when they split from Activision. Yeah.
Like they've now got a parent they can lean on financially.
Yes,
comfortably.
Yes,
and they're hiring a really good writers too. There are people that I follow on Twitter going like, you work for Bungie now as well? I used to play your small indie games, and now you write for Bungie. Like, that's awesome. And so then it's like, I want them to have the freedom to reference the old stuff that I'm sure these writers played.
Yeah,
and
totally
are plenty well versed in.
And that the community loves as well, right?
Yeah.
Ollie and I were playing this dungeon. I'm talking way more about Destiny than I thought I would.
That's fine.
Ollie and I were playing this dungeon, and we were streaming some of it to Discord, so Sam was watching, and our friend Will was there as well. And he was like, I've never really engaged with Destiny, and he was looking at it, he was like, wow, there's a lot going on here. Like, he kind of never interfaced with it, and he was watching this, he was like, there's so much going on, and like, in the Loot Cave dungeon, like, almost every enemy sprouts exotic engrams and so there's so many lights and explosions and stuff like that. And so we're in a bit of a moment of downtime, and we're listening to one of the audio logs, and he's like, what's the lore of Destiny? And I just started laughing. I couldn't help it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I know this doesn't answer your question, but I don't know how to answer your question. That's just so funny.
Send him the 4-hour Bife video of the history of Destiny 2 leading into Shadowkeep.
Yeah, totally. I told him that I watched an hour and a half of that video and that I didn't even get to the start of the first game.
Yeah.
Wow, that's Destiny. That's our Destiny 2 check-in, everybody. I had no idea it was going to go for that long, but I thought that was a good chat. We're going to go on a break now, and when we come back, we are ranking every-ish Mario game released from 19... Are we going to... every Mario game. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the MiniMapCast. We've just had one very strange break for the show as we decide which Mario games made the cut for our bracket of games. We made an unconventional choice, I think, Jeremy.
What?
In terms of which games made the cut and which ones didn't, right? And we kind of said the mainline Mario games. Jeremy, do you remember the number of how many games are in the list?
I can tell you.
I counted them.
82 or 81.
82 games, including every Mario Party game. But not every...
Super Smash Brothers.
Not Super Smash Brothers. That's not a Mario game. That's just a Super Smash Brothers game. But also, it's so strange. So, obviously, all of, the Super Mario Brothers games from NES, Super Mario Land, the Game Boy games... one Mario Teaches Typing game is in there. Mario Kart, if we've got here, all the Mario parties, some Strikers games, Paper Mario games, Mario and Luigi games, stuff like Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Mario 3D Land and World, Mario Kart 8, 8 Deluxe, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Odyssey, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. There's a whole bunch of crap in here. Some of it is just going to be nonsense. A lot of this we haven't played because it's too old or there's too many of them. So Jeremy, I came up with an idea.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be a lot of Mario Party 7 plus versus Paper Mario Sticker Splash or whatever it is. I don't think I put that one in there.
Sure.
What if you and we just pick one of each of those sort of miscellaneous categories? So you pick a Mario Party game, you pick whichever one, and that one's the one that you vote for whenever it comes up. And if we get to, and if it's, You know what I mean? And then you
No?
do the
What
same
do
for
you
Paper
mean?
Mario and Mario and Luigi and Mario Kart and sports game. You just become that one game's to represent that franchise. You pick one, and that's your. It's like, oh yeah, I love Mario
so
and
it's-
Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. That's the
Right,
one.
right. You're all right.
What do you think?
I'll go. I think I'm a big fan of. Oh, there's just so many.
There's just so many options.
I'm a big fan of Mario Party 7, Kerry.
Okay, let me just check something here because one of these Mario Party games came with a microphone. I gotta check if that's the one. Mario Party.
I'm gonna load up the bracket. I'm gonna.
That was Mario Party 6. I'm gonna take Mario Party. Let's say 3. I'm gonna say Mario Party 3 is the one that I'm gonna take.
Our faces are in the way.
I thought they might be. Can you shift it over? Can you bounce it?
That's not right.
So I'm taking Mario Party 3. You're taking Mario Party 7, not the one with the microphone. Probably for the best. Paper Mario, Jeremy. I'm gonna take Super Paper Mario. This is the one I'm most familiar with. Do you want to take 1,000 Year Door?
Sure.
Yeah.
Love that one.
1,000 Year Door. That's your designated one to what's it called when you champion something? You're championing these games. What about Mario and Luigi?
I'll take the Mario, the one on the DS.
The DS?
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever
Which
that was.
bloody one was Bowser's Inside Story?
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I think it was that one.
Bowser's Inside Story. I have most fondness for Superstar Saga, which is the first one. It's all about beans. Bean people. Which Mario Kart do you want, Jeremy?
Double Dash.
Double Dash. I'm going to take Mario Kart Wii. As if 8 isn't the best one.
Yeah.
And then sports game, Jeremy.
Which
Mario Karts? Or do you want a bit more granularity with the sports games?
Give me the Switch Golf one. And
what was that one called?
Golf Rush or whatever.
Mario Golf Super Rush.
And then give me the Wii Strikers.
Mario
Strikers Charge
delineate
Football.
golf and strikers.
Yeah.
The Wii Strikers. Which one was on Wii? That was
Mario Strikers Charge Football.
Charge, right. Mario Strikers with a Z. Charged Wii, whatever that one's called. With me, the sports game, I don't know actually.
Take both Olympics games.
Oh, you're right. I'm going to champion Mario and Sonic.
Yeah. All right, we got to get into this.
We do. So we're going to be trying to spend very little time on this until we get to the top 16. Okay, everybody. So this is everyone get ready to strap in because we've got 82 games to go. Jeremy's got his Luigi hat. I don't have anything nearby, but the spirit of Mario is with us. We're about to go on one hell of a journey. So buckle up, everybody.
Wahoo!
Yippee! Let's go. All right, Jeremy. What are we starting with?
We are starting with. How do I do this? There we go. Mario Party and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay, Mario Party 1 plus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Submit.
Oh my god, I have to do that every time.
All right. Oh, you got to press a bunch of buttons for that. Okay,
Sure
what's
do.
next?
Mario All-Stars and Mario Strikers Battle League.
So Mario All-Stars is the SNES remake of the original NES Super Mario Brothers games. Mario Strikers Battle League is the 2022 Strikers game. That's the newest one. I would put All-Stars above Battle League.
So would I. I didn't particularly enjoy Battle League that much.
I don't know that many people who did.
Yeah.
Rather, Sam's laughing so much in the chat because with your mustache with the hat, it's a good look. Oh, are we going to the one? Get a good look, Jeremy. Get a good look at Jeremy, everyone. This is Jeremiji.
Wahoo!
Luerami.
As he says.
I said to Sam before when he was like, "Oh, he's getting his Luigi hat." I'm like, classic Jeremy. He's always sliding around on floors.
Yeah.
He's quite
Wow, wow, wow,
tall.
wow, wow, wow. Mario Party 2 and Mario Party Star Rush. Now, which you played either
What
of
the
these?
hell is Mario Party Star Rush?
I don't know. Let's say Mario Party 2 because we don't know what Star Rush is.
Star Rush is on 3DS. So yes, definitely Mario Party 2 wins. That was a good one. The early ones are good. What's next?
This was a mistake. I accidentally included the name of the document in the list of games because there are so many. So that's
okay.
a buy.
Does the name of the document win or lose?
My name of the document loses, Kerry.
Okay, that's good.
Mario Party the top 100 or Super Mario Brothers 3. This is very obviously Super Mario Brothers 3, one of the greatest games of all time.
For those that don't know, the top 100 was a 3DS game of just the mini games from Mario Party. No good.
Yeah. Paper Mario Sticker Star or Mario Kart 8. I think it's going to be plainly obvious that Mario Kart 8 is going to win that one.
However, we have already voted Mario Kart 8 Deluxe up. Do we still want to vote for Mario?
It has nothing to do with this. Has nothing to do with this competition.
You're right. This is the fight. Mario Kart 8 wins against Sticker Star.
Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door versus Mario Paint.
Oh yeah, I mean 1,000-Year Door wins. Mario Paint's interesting, but like 1,000-Year Door is a game that people like.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Mario Party Superstars. Very obviously Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which
I don't know. What about Superstars? No, you're right. Mario Kart 8
What are you
Deluxe
talking about?
I want to think about it for like 2 seconds, but you're right.
Right. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins versus Super Mario 3D Land.
I don't like Mario Land 2. I think it's weird. It's weird on the Game Boy. 3D Land, people loved it. Let's go 3D Land.
Yep. I'm with you there.
I'm going to make so many people angry.
Mario Tennis or Super Mario All-Stars?
Super Mario All-Stars, the SNES remake, or Mario Tennis. Hang on, which
Mario Tennis is old. Mario Tennis is quite old. I think
that's
Super
the one
Mario,
on Game Boy, right?
I think so. I'm gonna say Super Mario All-Stars, Gary.
Okay, that's not my sports game for me to champion, so I'm gonna default to your.
Super Mario 64 or Mario Party 2. I think it's very good.
I'm sorry, Mario Party 2. You came up against one of the best games of all time.
Yeah. Yep. Mario Party DS versus Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Now, this is my one to champion. This is your one to champion. I'm going to agree with you as well. Mario Party DS is pretty unremarkable. A lot of people said... Oh, I was going to say Mario Party DS.
Really? I've heard a lot of great things about Bowser's Inside Story over the years.
Yeah, they're actually both really good.
Oh, okay. We've hit a roadblock, everyone.
Fuck.
Mario Party DS, I just need to get a quick look at it. Did you play both of these?
I did play both of these. This is the first one that I played both of these, I think.
What did you think about Mario Party DS?
I played it a lot in car rides with friends via the DS download play.
Oh, that's a hard thing to beat. That's a tough obstacle for Bowser's Inside Story to come up
against. A lot
of
really good mini games using the stylus and the touchpad.
Oh, it wasn't just a phone in.
No. It was quite good. It was really good. Like a lot of Cooking Mama-esque games.
Okay, that's fun. Back when Cooking Mama was also fun and new.
Look, I'm not a fan of many of the Mario Party games, if all of them. But I liked this one. So my vote's with Mario Party.
Why didn't you choose this one to champion?
I don't know. I forgot about it.
Well, your other one hasn't come up yet. Are you going to choose this one to champion?
I'm gonna champion this one. I'm gonna say Mario Party DS. Do you have
Mario
any?
Party DS above Bowser's Inside Story? I haven't played either of them, so I'm going to default to you.
All right, done.
I'm also changing you from Mario Party 7 to Mario Party DS in my little champion list.
Mario Maker.
What's next?
Or Super Mario World?
Oof.
Yeah, right.
That's hard, right?
It is hard
because you don't get Super Mario Maker without Super Mario World, but Super Mario World is a classic.
Yeah.
It's like the quality of the levels you get in Mario World are amazing. I think it's Mario World.
I think you're right. I think Mario Maker, excellent. Genuinely excellent.
We have to remember, this is just the first Mario Maker.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's two others in here.
Yeah. Mario Party 3 versus Super Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Brothers 3
this
wins.
is my Mario Party 2 champion. It is definitely getting disqualified to Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah. Not even close.
I don't even like Super Mario Brothers 3 that much, but yeah. Sam wishes I had a Mario hat. That's a good point. I've got a Jester's hat or a sombrero in the cupboard.
Oh, you could be Sombrero Mario from Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, all right, hang on, let me get the sombrero. It's just right here.
New Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario Galaxy. I don't think Kerry is going to let me choose New Super Mario Brothers, and he shouldn't
Would
because
you want to?
no, it's not. It's not as good as Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy
good.
is I should play more of that game. There we go.
It's superior.
Look, it's Mario and Luigi.
Wahoo! I gotta
Mario
lean my
Kart
chair back because the brim is so wide that like I can't sit comfortably if it's touching anything.
Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels versus Mario Kart 8.
That's interesting. I think it's Mario Kart 8, yes, because Lost
I
Levels
think
are interesting, but they're not necessarily the best. They're
No.
fucking hard, aren't they?
They are very hard.
By all accounts.
Mario Party 5 versus Super Mario Brothers 35. I think by
Oh,
default,
this is interesting.
Mario Party 5 wins because Mario Brothers 35 doesn't exist anymore.
That's true. Super Mario Bros. 35 is a ghost.
I wanted to include this one just to say, fuck you, Super Mario Brothers 35. You shouldn't have been brought down.
Fuck you! I loved you, and you're gone. Oh well, that's a lucky break for Mario Party 5. Tell you what,
It is a lucky break for Mario Party.
Oh, we've got an RPG face-off here.
I haven't played either of these. Have you?
Okay, so we've got Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars on SNES and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Jeremy, you are set to champion Thousand Year Door in the Paper Mario category.
I love a 1,000 Year Door.
Exactly. That's
I
right.
love doors. Have you played Legend of the Seven Stars, Kerry?
I haven't.
Then my champion is by default going to win.
I think it is better. I think Thousand Year Door is a better call.
Okay.
But people do love whatever it's RPG.
Yeah.
Um,
Mario Kart 64 versus Super Mario Run. Have you played?
Oh.
Have you played Super Mario Run, Kerry?
Briefly, the 2 levels that were free. I played that. I think 64 is better because I think Super Mario Run is a flawed game inside and out.
I think so too. I didn't.
Oh, we didn't finish the initial category because the list is so much larger. Oh shit, Jeremy, we gotta go. We gotta keep it going.
New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe versus Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games.
Okay. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe or Mario Sonic. Yeah, it's U Deluxe. Yep. That's a decent game, and the Olympic Games are fun mini games if at best.
Ooh, Super Mario Strikers versus Kingdom Battle. That's real. I think while I'm supposed to champion Super Mario Strikers, I think that Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle
Strikers charged on Wii.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, never mind. I think Mario and Rabbids is a really interesting game. I think it's a really cool franchise. I'm gonna put that one next.
Great. I haven't played either of them.
Mario 64 DS versus Super Mario Maker 2. Oh, that's tough.
That is rough.
Yeah.
We both have a decent amount of experience with this game. It's hard because Super Mario 64 DS isn't Super Mario 64. It's like the remake and it's got all the mini games, but you and I have played it the most out of the 64s.
I think Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, you think it goes above DS? I want to say I agree because I think it's a better designed product, right? Like I think it more betterly. Oh my god, it executes on its goals and like strategy. It executes on what it's trying to be better.
Like it's a better design game than Mario 64 without a like a circle pad.
Circle pad.
Yeah.
Well, you can play as Yoshi.
I know. I love it. I do love it. All right, Super Mario Galaxy 2 versus Mario Teaches Typing.
Now, I do love me Mario Teaches Typing. This is just in here for me to basically say that, but Super Mario Galaxy 2 is, even if I don't like it as much as 1, it is a superb game. So
do we want to talk about how Mario Teaches Typing was the first voiced Mario game to release?
That's true. First appearance for Charles Martinet outside of a conference where they were testing him. Yep.
Mario Galaxy 2.
Mario Galaxy 2.
Just trying to save.
Come on.
Lot of data happening here.
Come on, whatever software this is.
All right, it's saved.
Looks like it's saved. What
Mario Kart 7 versus Mario Party Island Tour. Mario
Kart 7 on 3DS, Mario Party Island Tour. Definitely Mario Kart 7. That's a great game.
Mario Kart 7 was really good on the 3DS. Super Mario Party versus Super Mario Brothers the movie. Super Mario Brothers the movie is fucking awesome.
I don't like it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
You should watch the whole thing.
I'm voting Super Mario Party.
I'm voting Super. Okay, so here's the thing.
We don't have a system for tie breaking.
We sure don't, and I'm gonna convince you only because the Super Mario Brothers movie was made by two directors who had never. I think they'd either never directed a film before, and I think they've also they don't know they didn't know what Mario was, and they hadn't played the games, and yet
that's right.
And yet, what they came up with was like a drug-fueled fever dream of a film that will never, ever get made again. Nothing like that movie has ever been made. And I think it's kind of special that way because it's Mario of all things, right? Could you imagine?
Okay, it's special, but why does that mean that it's better than Super Mario Party?
Because I don't think Super Mario Party is that good.
That's fair enough, because as soon as I said that, I was like, oh yeah, Super Mario Party. People thought that was kind of off. It was kind of better than what it had been, but not good enough to keep around. Okay, sure. Super Mario Bros. The movie goes to the next round somehow.
Excellent. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit versus Mario Sunshine. I think Mario Sunshine fucking sucks, actually. I think that game is
Mario
shit.
Sunshine versus the little RC kart that you play on Switch. It fucking sucks, you think?
There's a
you don't
boss
like the
fight.
roller coaster section?
That part made me never want to play that game ever again.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll let you have that one.
Right.
Home Circuit is too expensive, but it's pretty cool.
It is too expensive, but as a product, it's pretty solid.
So I just need to say this again. What happened before is we went down what we thought was the complete first bracket, but we didn't realize we scrolled. We didn't realize that we hadn't scrolled down far enough. So we've done a little bit of the second bracket, and now we've gone back to completing the first bracket. We've done like 4 or 5 matches in the second bracket, but the first bracket's nearly done.
Yeah. Mario Party 4 versus Mario Strikers Charge. So Mario Strikers Charge is the Wii one. It's the one I'm championing.
Yes.
Have you played Mario Party 4?
Probably. But the one I'm championing is 3. And let's just leave it at that. So Mario Strikers Charged.
Done. Dr. Mario versus Dr. Mario World.
Dr. Mario versus Dr. Mario World, which is the mobile versus the NES original.
While I think that the mobile was packed full of microtransactions and really shitty in that regard, it just controls better than an NES game.
Yeah, an NES game like Tetris or Dr. Mario is actually just a pretty bad time.
Yeah, Dr. Mario World, gameplay wise, it was probably the best Dr. Mario has been in a hot minute.
Jeremy, you've skipped one.
Have I? Oh, I did. Sorry. Super Paper Mario versus Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Oof. I think that's got to go to Yoshi's Island, unfortunately. I do have to champion Super Paper Mario. I've got a real fondness for the Paper Mario games, but Yoshi's Island is a bit of a immutable classic.
Here's the thing. I don't like Yoshi's Island because I don't like that it was a Super Mario World game. Because it's not a Super Mario World game. It's just Yoshi's Island.
It's a Yoshi game.
It's a Yoshi game.
Yeah.
There's no Super Mario World about it. And therefore, I can't want to vote for Super Paper Mario.
That's very petty and short-sighted.
Very petty and very short-sighted.
You
can overrule.
How is it that you're championing for the one that I'm championing for when I've ditched the one I'm championing for a better classic? Sure, all right, fuck it. Super Paper Mario progresses to the next round. Goodbye, Yoshi's Island.
I have anger towards that game.
Mario, no.
You're developing
what have we done, Jeremy?
You're developing a headache there, Kerry. Mario Party 9 versus Mario Party 6. 2 classic entries into a classic franchise.
2 classic. Jeremy, I'm going to give this one a who fucking cares.
All right. Mario Party 9.
Neither of us have played it. Move on.
It's a higher
actually. Oh, never mind.
You want to go back?
I would have said 6 over 9 because they got worse towards the later ones. 9 and 10 were pretty bad, I think. Oh no, we broke it.
What have I done?
We broke the ranking.
I'm leaving it.
There we go.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, leave it. Who cares? It's going to get knocked out at some point.
All right, Mario Golf Super Rush. That's the one I'm meant to be championing.
Yeah, that's from the one from last year.
versus Super Mario Kart.
The one on SNES.
Yeah.
Nah. SNES one it's great. It's the start of something, but it wasn't particularly fun.
I also
Super Rush was
also not great, but I'm championing it.
Yeah, I would probably have more fun with
going back to those old
the golf
Mario
games.
Karts is harder to do.
Yeah. All right, so we're back into the second bracket now. We're resuming the second bracket. We've seen all of these games go through one round already. Now it's time to start whittling them down.
Super Mario 3D World versus New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Interesting. It's important to remember that Super Mario Bros. 3D World is on twice because of Bowser's Fury on the Switch release. So we've got the Switch release of Bros. U Deluxe and the Wii U release of Super Mario 3D World. I'm going to go U Deluxe.
I think I am too, just in the fact that it's on the Switch and not on the Wii U.
Yeah, I don't like 3D World that much either. Next, here it is.
3D World versus Super Mario Bros. Oof.
So this is the aforementioned Switch re-release of Super Mario Bros. 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Look, I played half
of Super Mario Bros.
I played half of 3D World in a single night.
Yeah.
And then I went back and did Bowser's Fury. This is a really good collection. I don't know if it's better than Super Mario Bros.
Literally the first Mario Brothers game.
I think I have to give it to Super Mario Bros. Just because, I've seen video essays on 1-1.
Yeah. I think so too. I don't think it's going to get further than this for me.
It depends on what it's up against, but yeah.
I think it stands a bit taller than 3D World and Bowser's Fury.
I think so. Look, Bowser's Fury, really, really excellent, and I'm sad it's not making it further. But that's football. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games versus Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
I've only played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, so I am putting my foot down for it.
Okay.
Softly.
I think I think that
they're both interesting spin-offs.
They are both really interesting spin-offs.
They're both Mario plus. Mario and.
Look, I have had more fun playing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, I think. Mario Rabbids...
Okay, great.
Like Mario Rabbids, good game, but it's not as directly fun, I think.
Yeah. So
Mario Party 8 versus Super Mario Land.
Mario Land 1 is on the Game Boy. I actually really love this game. And
so do I.
Mario 8 is where it started to really fall apart. Mario Party 8, rather.
Yeah.
Is around that time it started to fall apart. So yeah, Mario Land all the way.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga versus Super Mario Maker 2.
So this is the one I'm championing Superstar Saga here. There is a lot to enjoy here. I don't necessarily think it's the best Mario game though. I think it's an excellent RPG. What's your take on Super Mario Maker 2?
I really had a fun time playing Super Mario Maker 2.
It's pretty special, isn't it?
It's pretty bloody good.
Okay, I'm sorry, Superstar Saga, but Mario Maker 2 makes the cut.
Mario Golf versus Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
Partners in Time. Neither of us are championing that one. Mario Golf, I've never played. What do you reckon, Jeremy?
Partners in Time, only because Mario Golf is very old.
Okay, great.
And it probably doesn't hold up as well.
Yep.
Double Dash versus Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Oh, this is interesting.
Now, I've played Double Dash and I really quite like it.
Okay.
And I've not played Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2 I like it less than Galaxy 1. Mm-hmm. It is still good. I think Double Dash stands taller because of what it does differently.
Okay.
Galaxy 2 is quite iterative, and I find the levels quite forgetful.
Right.
Double Dash is so unique, and it really goes for something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double Dash.
Yep. I promise once we get to the next brackets, it'll be a little less impressions based, a little more concrete.
Mario Luigi Dream Team versus Super Mario Kart 7.
Oof.
I think Mario Kart
Dream
7.
Team I did play. I don't think it was that great though.
Mario Kart 7, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Dream Team was fine, but it was like meh.
Super Mario Brothers the movie versus Super Mario Party 7. Have you played Mario Party 7 at all?
Probably. I think that was another one on GameCube. I don't think it was
I think those... No, they're not, which means Super Mario Brothers, the movie, wins by default.
Oh, no.
Mario Kart Super Circuit, spelt incorrectly, versus Mario
Sorry.
Tennis Aces.
Which one was Mario Kart Super Circuit?
I don't know. Mario Tennis Aces
that's
was
the
alright.
home one. That's the home one, isn't it?
Oh, was it? No, that was Mario Kart. Oh, was it?
Mario Kart Live. Yeah, no, you're right. That was Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. What's Mario Kart Super Circuit? That was the one on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Versus Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, it's kind of like the SNES version. Let's do Mario Tennis Aces.
Yep, I am in agreement.
It's spelled incorrectly, and neither of us remembered which one it was.
Yeah. Super Mario 3D All Stars versus Super Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. A good product versus a shit product.
We've got an RC toy versus an expiration dated collection of some of the best games ever made that you have to buy within 6 months. I think 3D All Stars is disqualified by default.
All right, good. Yeah. We are petty.
I bought it, and I'm glad I get to play it on Switch whenever I want, but it's a crap product.
Yeah. New Super Mario Bros. Wii versus New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Now, New Super Mario Bros. 2 was the one on DS that was all about gold coins. It was actually a bit of a departure.
I think New Super Mario Bros. Wii was really fun because that was the one with the propeller hat, right?
Yes.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that one, like millions of people played that one, and New Super Mario Bros. 2 has forgotten so much. So yeah, Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah, Mario Kart 2 are the mobile game versus Mario Strikers Charged Football, which is the one on the Wii.
I haven't played either of these.
I have played both of these. Mario Kart Tour was very unimpressive, which is a shame because a lot of the levels which are coming into Deluxe are really good, but the actual gameplay itself was not good. In terms of like monetization, all that stuff. Mario Strikers Charged. Yeah. I'm putting you in. You're up, kid. Paper Mario versus Paper Mario the Origami King.
I'm putting my hat in for the first Paper Mario. That game is absolutely terrific. I haven't played it all the way through, but I love it to bits.
I've not played it. I've played the Origami King. I thought it was fine. Not great.
Yep. I reckon you could go to the NES Online category and have a really, really good time with that first Paper Mario game tonight.
Okay. Mario Kart DS versus Super Paper Mario.
Woof.
I've not played Super Paper Mario. I've only played Mario Kart DS.
I don't remember much of Mario Kart DS, but I know I've played it more than I remember.
I remember just the awesome map, which was you driving around on a DS, which I thought was cool. Yeah.
I think
I'll let you decide.
It's got to go to Mario Kart DS. Super Paper Mario was kind of weird. Like, it was cool, but it was where they started to deviate, where they didn't really know what to do with the series.
Super Mario Bros. 2 versus Dr. Mario World.
What is Dr. Mario World again? That's the
mobile
one.
Yep.
And Super Mario Bros. 2 is the weird one where you're picking up turnips.
Yeah, the one that was Doki Doki thingy.
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna say
Battle of the Titans.
I'm gonna say Super Mario Brothers 2.
Okay, great. Sounds good. I'm happy with that.
Super Mario Odyssey versus Mario Party 9. Very definitely Super Mario Odyssey.
You said Mario Party.
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam versus Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. This Mario Maker for the 3DS is a terrible product.
It is, because you can't browse levels, you can only remix them. The problem with Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, it was them doing Mario and Luigi plus Paper Mario in one game, and it was a bit weird. I never played it.
You could only share levels in Mario Maker for 3DS by doing Street Pass.
That's right. You couldn't even... There wasn't even like a creator code or a level code you could put in, was there?
Nope.
Okay, well, does the Super Mario Maker for 3DS get disqualified by default?
I think so.
Okay.
Mario Kart Wii versus Mario Golf Super Rush. I'm meant to be championing Mario Golf Super Rush. It's not going to hold a candle to Mario Kart Wii.
It sure ain't.
It's not even fucking close.
I'm so excited for when we get to all of the Mario Karts that are really good and all of the Mario games that are really good and we start having to like kill our babies. That's going to be hard and difficult and fun.
Mario Party 10 versus Mario versus Donkey Kong.
So for those who are unfamiliar, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is an excellent puzzle game from Game Boy Advance.
I've never played it. I've never heard
so
of it.
Fun. They're like little miniatures and they got to pick up. Oh, it's so fun. Mario Party 10 was the one where like you're all in the one cart on the map. Like you all go to the same spaces at once.
Oh, that game was fucking trash.
Yeah, it blows.
All right, Mario versus Donkey Kong wins.
Excellent. I love it. All right, everybody, we've made it to the third bracket. What is this? The quarterfinals?
It's round 3.
Round 3.
We got a little
quarterfinal semi. No, it's not even the quarterfinals.
no, it's not. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus Super Mario 3D Land.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe wins because it's very good, and 3D Land is the start of something, but I don't like it that much.
Yep. Super Mario All-Stars versus Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64.
Super Mario All-Stars, the SNES re-release. I think it's 64. 64 is amazing, especially for when it came out.
I think so. Super Mario World versus Mario Party DS.
Jeremy?
Which one's Super Mario World?
That's the one on SNES.
Oh, right. Fuck. Super Mario World.
It's World.
Yeah.
Super Mario. What's the Super Mario?
Oh, here's a spicy one. Super Mario Brothers 3 versus Super Mario Galaxy.
I would like to hear your arguments first.
I think that Super Mario Brothers 3 might be the best Mario game.
Really? Above Mario World?
Maybe.
Okay. And what do you think about Mario Galaxy?
It's really good. And I've barely played it, and I know it's really good.
Okay. For me, I don't enjoy Super Mario Bros. 3 that much. I find its design aged to a point where it's quite difficult to get into. In a way that World isn't. I find World is actually quite fun to play. As someone who never got good at the old 2D Mario style games. Galaxy I absolutely adore, like from the bottom of my heart. So
I'm willing to go with you on that one for Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
We can compromise.
I appreciate
on that one.
that.
Yeah.
We'll see how far Mario Galaxy gets. I'll probably be upset no matter what, unless it wins.
Mario Kart 8 versus Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart on Wii U wins, definitely.
Fucking right, struggling with all of this Mario.
Getting a little slow. Okay. We got, what is this? 1,000 Year Door plus Mario Kart 64?
Yes. Mario Kart 64, I think.
Really?
Oop, it's not me closing this window.
So look, 1,000 Year Paper Mario, 1,000 Year Door, Mario Kart 64.
I think I would just always rather play a Mario Kart than I would a Paper Mario.
Interesting. I've only played Mario Kart 64. I never played 1,000 Year Door. So
let's go with that.
Go with your heart. Mario Kart 64 wins that one, in case it wasn't clear.
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe versus Super Mario Bros.
Oh boy, that's fascinating because that's the very first.
Yeah.
That's the very first 2D Mario game as we know it, versus the most modern version of that 2D Mario format. That's very fascinating.
I think I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros.
The first one.
Yep.
Why is that?
So I definitely wasn't around when this game came out, and it'll shock nobody. However, every time I start this game, the music, like, it hits so classically. It is a game that will last forever. I genuinely think.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm also not the biggest fan of the design of the like the look of the new Super Mario Brothers Mario.
That's fair. A lot of people have issue with the new style.
I don't hate it, but I think it's just not as like iconic, right? I would get an amiibo of the Super Mario Brothers Mario before I would the new Super Mario Brother.
Fair enough. I think as well, like U Deluxe is interesting, but I don't think the levels are that interesting. I think it's refined, but it's not as engaging.
Yeah.
Memorable, perhaps. Okay.
Super Mario Land versus Super Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
I would personally say Super Mario Land at this point.
So would I.
There's some genuinely good levels in that Game Boy game.
Mario Maker 2 versus Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
I think it's Mario Maker 2.
I think it's Mario Maker 2.
Okay. Excellent. Next.
Mario Kart Double Dash versus Mario Kart 7. 7's really good, and so is Double Dash. 7
Yes.
7 was the best Mario Kart that ever made it to handheld.
Mm-hmm.
But Double Dash was different in a way that Mario Kart's never gone back to.
That's true. It was also the most 3D version of Mario Kart that had existed. Mario Kart 64 was 3D in the tracks, but all of the characters were sprites. All of the shells and all of that.
I think it's Mario Kart 7.
I'm gonna go with you on this. I actually haven't played either of them now that I think about it.
Right.
Mario Kart 7 it is.
Super Mario Brothers the movie versus Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh no!
Mario Tennis Aces is actually that's the Switch one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That game I think was quite fun, but the weird I wasn't a big fan of the mechanics where like your supers was really hard to counter. I think I only played this game once.
Okay.
Whereas I've seen
how
the
many
Mario
times have you watched the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Twice.
I think that's it. That's going in through to the quarterfinals. Super Mario Brothers the movie. Why couldn't this get paired with like Odyssey or something? What the hell, man?
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit versus New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Interesting. At this point, I would have to say how it being an expensive toy starts to get in the way of.
Yes, I'm with you. The New Super Mario Bros. Wii is more of a game.
It's a genuinely good one too.
Yeah. Paper Mario versus Mario Strikers Charged.
I mean, I've only played Paper Mario on this list.
You really like this game?
I really do. I think it's the best Paper Mario has been. Thousand Year Door might be better and similar, but I haven't played it. But Paper Mario, the first one, is awesome.
Cool. Mario Kart
Paper
DS versus New Super Mario Bros. 2. Sorry, Super Mario Bros. 2.
Super Mario Bros. 2, the Doki Doki Panic. I would say this is Mario Kart DS.
So would I.
One. Okay, great. This is good. We make a good speed. It's taken a while, but we're going at a good pace.
Mario Odyssey versus Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey is pretty clearly the winner there.
Yep.
Mario Kart Wii.
I don't even like Odyssey as much as everyone else, but easy.
Yeah. Mario Kart Wii versus Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Mario Kart Wii. I love you, Mario versus Donkey Kong, but you're not Mario Kart Wii. All right, now we're on to the quarterfinals. Round 4, match number, what is that, 68?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus Super Mario 64.
Ooh. What if Mario Kart 8 makes it further than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Okay. All right. We're in the quarterfinals now. I'm okay taking a bit more time with these. This is serious now. So, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus Super Mario 64.
I think I would get a Lego set of Super Mario 64 and I wouldn't get a Lego set of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay, that's fair. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is more fun for longer than Super Mario 64. It's just so hard to forget. You know, it's sort of the same argument when you're talking about Super Mario Brothers, right? The first one. How iconic it is.
Yeah.
Like, 64 is the same thing again.
Yes, it is. And I think thinking about... You're right. I think there is more game inside of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but let's not forget that the more game that is being added to it is not free. It's there, but it is at a cost.
Yep.
And Super Mario 64, there are many levels in that game that I think I could draw a map in my head front to back.
Yeah. left to right, up and down, back and forward.
In a way that I like, and not that I need to for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but you know what I mean, right? Like it's like the levels in Mario 64 are just so incredible that I can paint a picture in my head of the entirety of some of those levels.
Yep, definitely.
Some of them do drag, especially nowadays.
Mm-hmm. But for the first 3D Mario game,
yeah,
it could have been so much worse, and instead it's actually legitimately a classic.
Yeah, I think it's 64.
I agree. I'm sorry, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You are a fantastic game. A very refined game.
Mario.
What's next?
Super Mario World versus Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay. This is interesting. Super Mario World is similarly iconic. I don't think Galaxy has as much of a long-standing iconicism to it, rather. I don't think it stays in the hearts and minds of the people that play it in the same way that Mario World has stood the test of time.
I think I agree, and Mario Galaxy is now. I don't know if we include it is harder to get a hold of now because you can't buy it on Switch anymore, and it is
true. But there were so many Wiis.
It's true.
I don't think it's going to be as hard to get a legitimate copy of Mario Galaxy.
No, but it's still a little bit expensive.
I don't think that makes it worse, though, in terms of a ranking.
Fair enough. Super Mario World, I think if 3 doesn't beat Galaxy, I feel like World kind of has to.
Is that what happened? Is Galaxy beat 3?
I believe it did. Galaxy did beat 3.
Yeah. Galaxy is definitely my favorite more than World, personally. I enjoy Galaxy better. I think World is a stronger, in a similar way we're talking about 64 being such an accomplishment for its time. I think World is also that for its time, for the start of the 90s.
It's really
in a way that
fucking
Galaxy
close.
isn't. Yeah. Galaxy is so high quality, but I think it is Mario World. It's too iconic.
Super Mario World wins that one. Mario Kart 8 versus Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 8 wins.
This is so fucked.
Yeah. Mario
Kart 8 Deluxe gets destroyed by Mario 64. Meanwhile, Mario Kart...
It'll work out in the end. Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario Land.
Oh, I like this matchup so much. We've got the first NES game versus the first Game Boy game. These are actually quite contemporaneous to each other. These are colleagues.
I think
they probably share development team.
I think it's Super Mario Brothers.
I agree. Land is fantastic.
It is fantastic.
But it definitely it hits like a spin-off in a lot of ways.
It does. Mario Maker 2 versus Mario Kart 7.
This is an interesting one.
This is an interesting one.
I think because Mario Kart 7 is fantastic and it is the best handheld Mario Kart experience, 8 is still better than 7. 8 takes everything that 7 did well and doesn't make it worse. It integrates it and synthesizes it and turns it into something better with the new mechanics that 8 introduces, as well as all the old stuff that they bring in. I think it's Super Mario Maker 2 for me personally.
I think so too, only if the fact that the online connectivity, while wasn't perfect, was still very, very usable and manageable, that you could play a bunch of online worlds.
Definitely. And had a decent-ish amount of post-release content.
Yeah, yep, definitely. New Super Mario Bros. Wii versus Super Mario Brothers the movie.
I keep getting about this fucking movie. This goddamn bloody movie that no one knew what it was when they made it. And no one knows what it is now. New Super Mario Brothers Wii versus Mario Brothers. It's the game. The game wins, right?
Okay, all right.
What do you think? Come on, make your case.
Make my case. Classically trained Oscar-winning actor Dennis Hopper is King Koopa in this film. And he is legitimately excellent because he loathes being in this film. He absolutely fucking despises it. He's covered in stupid makeup. He's playing a goofy, dumb villain in a film where Bob Hoskins is Mario, and he doesn't know anything about Mario either. And who's the John Leguizamo, I think, is Luigi, and it's the origin of Mario and Luigi Mario. You got to remember that's where
is it the origin of, or is it the only instance of?
The origin of. I think it came back once ever. That's why they're called the Mario Brothers, is because their last name is Mario.
Which makes sense. It's not like, you know, Daniel is my older brother. It's not like we're called the Daniel Brothers.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. You're gonna let me have, or you're gonna overrule me, and I'm gonna give you the choice.
Counterpoint. So you said, something you said. Oscar. What was it? Classically trained, excellent performer Dennis Hopper is Bowser. Anthony Hopkins couldn't save the first Thor movie from being only good.
Yeah, but
this movie doesn't boost that movie up the rankings when you're looking at the MCU.
The Super Mario Brothers the movie is better than Thor.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to render judgment on it. But Thor's good. Thor's okay. It's just not great.
This movie's great.
I don't believe you. I think you like it ironically. I'm voting Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Okay.
I think it's time for the movie to go.
Okay. I will happily let the movie go, but I don't like it ironically.
Okay. All right. No worries.
I
do like it because the best actor in the film clearly hates working on it.
I like it because it's weird. I'm not ironically liking it. I do like it because it's weird. Yeah.
I am glad we don't have to do Super Mario Maker 2 plus the movie head to head.
Because the movie would have won. Paper Mario versus Mario Kart DS. You're the one with most experience between both of these.
That's true. I think Mario Kart DS has the benefit of being a more modern game, that it is a bit more refined. Paper Mario is the first of its kind, and it is a bit loose around the edges. I never finished it because it's a bit unintuitive to get into, inaccessible for a younger audience, which is when I played it.
Now we fight. Mario Odyssey versus Mario Kart Wii.
Okay, all right. Mario Kart Wii is my favorite Mario Kart. It's my most favorite Mario Kart. Super Mario Odyssey is one of Jeremy's favorite games of all time.
I don't know. I still think it's the best game on the Switch.
Okay, well,
still to this day.
Yeah.
I don't think that. So I also played a lot of Mario Kart Wii. I think it was a really fun. And it being online was really fun. But I am going to remind you of something, Kerry. I'm going to remind you of the RC car track that was in Super Mario Odyssey that we tweeted at each other over and over and over again.
Yep. Yeah, the time trials that we did on Twitter.
The time trials of the RC car in New Donk City. Plus the wonderful music.
Yep. Music in Mario Odyssey is good. I don't think Jump Up Superstar is as good as everyone else does. That's a general rule for me with Mario Odyssey. Is I think it is great. I think it's a great game. I don't think it's as great as everyone else thinks it is. Everyone else thinks it. Everyone else
knows it is. Is what you're trying to say.
So, and I think that's because they go to instead of having, say, 120 stars, they have 999 moons. And I think for me that makes it, because there's so many little things you can do across the way, and it's more like a collectathon than it is a 3D puzzle platformer game where the puzzles and the platforms are the point. It feels like, oh, there's a star over there, there's a moon over there, and if I take control of this fish, I could swim and get a moon there, and like you're just kind of looking around for an hour in one place, and then you get in your big planet-shaped ship and then you go look around somewhere else for an hour. There's legitimately good gameplay moments. It feels so tight to play. Amazing. Yeah. And some of the harder content, like the dark side of the moon and the darker side of the moon, they're very cool. They're very good. Excellent, difficult Mario.
I also think going back to older Mario Karts, the further back you go, the harder it is to play.
Yes.
In terms of like, we have now experienced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, going back to Mario Kart Wii is more difficult. And that's not to not take it on its own merit, which obviously Mario Kart Wii is delightful.
It is. And it hit at the right time for us, right?
100%. It was, the the Wii Online was finally coming into its own in a real way.
Yeah.
That was maybe the only game I ever actually played online was Mario Kart Wii. But I think looking at it now, I think it has been improved. Whereas,
yes, I agree. I think the best parts of Mario Kart Wii, similar to how I was talking about 7 versus Mario Kart 8, like the best parts of Mario Kart Wii have been brought forward into these newer games. And with the addition of all of the stuff that they've brought forward, those games are better. In a way that doesn't detract from the others. It just they don't make what made these games special worse. They bring them forward and make them more complete. So I'm willing to accept that Mario Kart Wii isn't as good as Super Mario Odyssey. We'll no doubt have to fight over Odyssey again. So
we definitely will. I'm saving some arguments.
I don't know if I did. All right, we're into the. Is this the quarterfinals? I already said we're in the quarterfinals, but this is the quarterfinals. Okay, I was wrong. It says at the top when it's the semifinals.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the quarterfinals. Before, I guess, must have been the 8th finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mario 64 versus Super Mario World. Fuck.
It's hard. I prefer Mario 64 personally.
I think I do too. I think it actually doesn't hold up as well as Mario World does because it is timeless. Because
Mario World is timeless in a way. Yeah.
But I think that the overall as a package, I think that Super Mario 64 has got more to offer.
I agree. And the quality of like every star in 64 is really good. Maybe not every star, but at least like 5/6 of them. Yeah. And honestly, Super Mario, I just don't like 2D Mario that much.
Yeah,
At the end of the day. So that's where I land personally. What's next?
Mario Kart 8 versus Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, this is hard.
This is really hard
because we've got the iconic Super Mario Brothers. One that I found, this is sort of a continuation of the reasoning we were just talking about with World. I find these, especially this earliest 2D Mario game, quite inaccessible in a way. It's just way too bloody hard at times.
I think it is. I think it is a very difficult game.
Mario Kart 8.
I think Mario. Okay, this is going to be kind of hot as a take.
All right, get ready, everybody.
I think Mario Kart 8 only became truly great when it left the Wii U.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mario Kart 8 is not going to be remembered as a timeless classic. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is.
Can we check the ladder again and see what pipped Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Super Mario 64.
Super Mario 64. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. All right, I agree with that. I think that is fair enough.
It's tight, but I think
if it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think
it might edge it, but like I think
but it isn't that complete. You would have to buy the DLC separately in Mario Kart 8 standalone, and it's on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Wii U tag at the end, as soon as I said it, was like, yeah, no, it's Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Mario Maker 2 versus New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I think it's Super Mario Maker 2.
I personally agree. I haven't really played that much of either of them, but I think the uniquity and the joy you get from Mario Brothers Wii, a lot of that you can get in Mario Maker, which I don't think the same can be said for Mario World. Or
and
even
it
Mario
controls
Brothers
better
3.
not having to use a Wiimote.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think a lot of what you get with Super Mario Brothers Wii, you get in Mario Maker 2.
Mario Kart DS versus Super Mario Odyssey.
I'm personally happy to say that Super Mario Odyssey takes this.
Yeah, same. Like,
All right.
DS is good, but it's kind of a wonder it made it this far.
Yes, definitely. Especially considering that neither of us actually owned it.
No, I owned it.
Oh, you owned it. I thought you were saying you played that with Download Play. Oh, no, that was Super Mario Party.
That was Party, yeah. Super Mario Bros. Versus Super Mario 64.
Okay. Do you know your answer?
No.
You don't. Okay. I think we know at this stage. I've given my reasons on both these games a number of times. I think we know where I land on this. But tell me what you're feeling, what you're thinking.
They're both they're both titans. They're both like they are what happens when a company decides to create it. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They're what happens when a company decides to define a medium
and pulls it off.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, both of these are like, hey, guess what? We're going to change this industry forever.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to learn about what makes video game design special? Play these games, both of them.
Do you want, like, a lesson?
Yeah.
These games they are the sacred texts.
Yeah, they're the bedrock of this industry.
I think I have more fun playing 64.
Me too. It's so much less punishing, man. And like, yeah, I think that's just it. I'm sorry, Super Mario World. You made it a really long way, though. You made it all the way to the semifinals. Bloody hell. Jeremy, it's the semifinals.
I know, right?
I've only got 2 more. We've got 1 more thing, and then it's the finals.
Mario Maker 2 versus Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, shit. I know my answer, and I'm scared for the final.
It's Odyssey, right?
It's Odyssey. Mario Maker 2 is great, but it's Odyssey.
It's great, but it's Odyssey.
Nothing can beat the handcrafted, levels from actual Nintendo game designers.
All right, before we go to the final.
Oh, wait, hang on. The bronze match. So the 2 losers of the semifinals are battling it out for 3rd place.
Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario Maker 2. I think it's Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. I think there's good reasonings for both.
There are great reasonings for both because the potential of Mario Maker 2 is a better game than Super Mario Brothers, except none of the Super Mario Maker 2 levels I've ever played are better than Super Mario Brothers.
That's the thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, the potential is amazing.
Yeah.
And the community is incredible.
Yeah, this is Da Vinci versus the AI art generator. The AI art generator can get to a better art piece than Da Vinci, but it's not going to because Da Vinci is an artist.
I wouldn't say it's the Super Mario Maker 2 is the AI art generator. I would say it's like Instagram. It's like scrolling through Instagram. Sure,
yeah, fair enough. It's all right. It's Super Mario Brothers is the Louvre Museum in France.
Yeah.
In Toulouse, and Super Mario Maker 2 is the internet.
Oh no. Yeah, no, fuck. No, not the internet. Get us out of here. No, Super Mario Brothers takes it for the 3rd place. All right, it's the final showdown. Jeremy, who are our final contestants?
Super Mario 64 versus Super Mario Odyssey.
We've got the very first 3D Mario game versus the very last one. Oh no.
Look, this is like So I'm gonna tell you a story about. I'm gonna tell you a long-winded story.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay, good. I was worried we weren't going to hit the 2 hour mark, but now we will.
Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
no. Don't stress. We're always gonna get there. So years ago,
Closing my eyes.
many years ago, my dad and I watched the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is a very important film to cinema.
Where does that rank on the ranking?
Above Mario movie.
Okay, good.
2001: A Space Odyssey is a very long, very weird science fiction film directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1965 or 66 or something, prior to the moon landing.
Okay.
And it is a science fiction film about the evolution of humanity. Basically, it is a play in 3 parts, and it is fucking weird. It's a really, really weird film, and you watch it and you feel like you're having a transcendent experience almost, because there is nothing like this movie, and I'm pretty comfortable saying there has been nothing like 2001 since it came out, which is saying quite a lot. And I was like, oh my god, this movie's amazing. This movie's amazing. Blah blah blah. Blah. Nothing like it. I've probably seen this movie about 10 times. All up over the years. It's really long too. It's a fucking long film. And then in about 2016, maybe 2017, it was my dad's birthday, so him and I went to the IMAX in Melbourne to watch a film cut, like a film version of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And we both left that film saying, wow, what an amazing experience. I think I never want to watch that movie ever again.
Really? Do you think it was because you saw it at the cinema, or because you watched the movie cut?
No. Like film, as in like it was on film, so it was like the clearest picture it could have been.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was shorter.
No.
Like a
sorry,
cut
as
to
in
movie length.
like a non-digital version. It was on film.
Okay.
So it looked excellent. It looked exactly like it did back in 1960, whatever.
So was you saying that you don't want to watch it again because you could never watch it like that again?
It's twofold. One, because, we're never going to have the same experience of watching it in that perfect condition again.
Yep.
And 2, we respect that film, but fuck me, is it long, and is it maybe require a bit of an edit, and is it maybe not quite as good as... It's important, and we love it, but it is long and kind of its time and inspired a generation of films after it, but sometimes those generations of film after it did some parts of it better.
Okay. Sure.
When I beat Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo Switch a couple years ago when it came out as part of the classics, I had that exact same feeling of, that was a great time. I don't think I ever really want to play that game again.
Oh.
And that's not because I don't think it's great, but because they've made better feeling ones since.
Yep.
Ones with some more interesting levels, much nicer graphics.
Better art. Yep.
Better art, lovely sound effects, tighter controls.
I don't know about the music. The music's pretty unimpeachable in 64.
It's really good, and it's really good in both. I think that 64's soundtrack is absolutely divine. I think that the clarity of music in Mario Odyssey is almost untouched.
Sure.
In terms of like it is so produced, but also like the sound effects, and like there were parts of 64 when I played it last that I was kind of frustrated at, like that underground level where there's like the
Hazy Maze Cave with the elevators and the holes in the ground, and
it's not that fun.
No, I never really liked the haunted house that much.
Yeah, like I liked it for a couple of stars, but yeah.
And like the Rainbow Road whatever that one's called at the end in the final area where you're on the magic carpets the whole time. That one is a nightmare.
Mario Odyssey, I think I've said this before. Like that game makes me smile. Unlike almost any other game I've ever played. When I first got my Switch, I had two games. I had Breath of the Wild and I had Mario Odyssey because that's the two games you owned if you had a Switch in the first 5 years of the Switch coming out.
I got Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 because Odyssey wasn't out yet, Jeremy.
Sorry, fair enough. I remember like I was home alone for like about 2 weeks because my mum was overseas, and I moved the furniture around. I brought the couch directly in front of the TV. My couch is very long. I can sleep on it, which I did. I slept on that couch a bunch because it was right in front of the TV, and I just played Odyssey.
That's pretty cool.
It was great and delightful, and it was obviously an easy time. It was an easy time for me to do that back then, but also I think that if the game wasn't as happy and joyful and delightful as what it was, Mario is having fun in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And it really makes it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I've made my case, and I will ultimately leave it up to you.
Oh fuck. The thing for me with Odyssey, like I said, because you're just kind of looking around everywhere. I find there are far fewer gameplay moments that I remember. It is fantastic though. There's no way it would have made it this far up this list if we both didn't think it was great. And there is Sam says in the chat, honestly, I hate Odyssey. Sam doesn't like Mario games at all. But you've got me convinced, haha. Which is yeah, no, that was a good story, Jeremy. Yeah, there's just a part of me with Odyssey where it was just like, I've just felt like we pumped out the things to do in this. I just feel like we just had to hit a number of things to do in this game.
And
I
think that is fair. I think that yeah, the moons, there being as many as there are, is a lot less special. It's the same. It's the argument that I had for Arceus, right? It was like the Pokemon are fucking everywhere, so I care less about them.
Yep.
But I think that there were stars in 64 that I found annoying. That I didn't find moons in Odyssey annoying nearly as often, I think.
Okay, sure.
In terms of like, for example, the times you would find a moon in like part of the level that would put you in 2D, like there'd be those 2D warp pipes that would put you in a side scrolling thing. Like that was always like so like, oh, like it's a fucking 2D Mario game in this 3D Mario game. It's like a fucking,
man.
Great. It's like good shit. And then they do the world flip, right? You come back later, the world's changed. Not a whole lot. But like, the fucking pyramid is now upside down and there's just like a well in the ground where that pyramid used to be in the sand one, right?
I mean, that's how that level starts.
I've forgotten. Like all of the worlds change a little bit, right? Like 3/4 of the way through, there's like a little twist that happens to them.
Yeah, it's usually like a day-night twist or something.
Yeah,
yeah. It's tricky for me, right? Because my favorite 3D Mario game is neither of these. I would prefer to play Galaxy over these two any day of the week.
What did Galaxy lose to again?
That's a good question. I wondered that myself.
World.
Galaxy lost to Super Mario World in the 8th finals. Yeah, for me, honestly, I don't know. I'm willing.
If you were to recommend a Mario game to someone,
it would be Odyssey. It's easier to pick up. It's easier to play. They're not going to get frustrated with it. I think, I think that likening Mario 64 to a film classic is a really good example where it's like, you don't just say to somebody, go watch Citizen Kane or go watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, because it is a bit more inaccessible. It is a bit more experimental. It's not as tested. It's not as refined.
I love both of those films, and both of those films come with an asterisk of like, you're going to watch a really old film and it's going to feel like a fucking old film.
Yeah, and I don't think Mario 64 has as strong as an asterisk with it in that regard. I don't think it feels as old and as unrefined. I think, and for how refined it is for when it came out, it is quite incredible. We can't ignore how bad the camera controls are, though. They just didn't know what they were doing with it. They had that C stick and they didn't do anything with it. And it could have easily been a camera control interface, but it hardly was.
It's amazing they got flying working as good as they did in that game.
It's amazing they got that game working as good as it did with the camera.
Yeah.
I think I have to give it to Odyssey because it is refined and it is excellent. And even if it's not my favorite, and even if I might prefer to play 64 personally, I think Odyssey is a better pull to have a good time, no matter who you're talking to, no matter what mood they're in. I think Odyssey hits it in almost like a critical mass kind of mass market kind of way.
Yeah,
almost.
So
comparison.
So Sam's asked an interesting question: is Odyssey as definitively Mario as 64? I think Odyssey is the closest thing to a sequel to 64 that has ever existed.
I disagree very much there. I think Galaxy is the sequel to 64.
See, I put Galaxy in its own thing.
That's how I feel about Sunshine. I put Sunshine in its own thing.
Yeah, I put Sunshine in its own thing, and I actually put Galaxy in its own thing, and I think part of it is because there is Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
But I also think that while the character controller is by and large a better version of the N64 character controller, I think that the 3D planet thing is a larger impact than the difference between Odyssey and 64, which is Cappy. Right? Like all of the little star bits, the story of the game, it being this whole like Bowser's like there's like a plot in these games, right?
There is a plot. There's cutscenes in this game.
Yeah,
voiced
right.
Cutscenes with subtitles in this game, which I totally forgot.
Yeah, like there is much less of that in Odyssey. Like there's some of it, but it's
we're chasing Bowser.
Yeah, and like Cappy's like let's go, we're gonna go on an adventure, all that stuff, right? Like it is very bare in the same way that like the plot for Mario 64 is Peach has baked a cake and then she's gone
Peach
missing.
sent a letter and now everyone's captured. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think it's Odyssey. I prefer 64, but I think Odyssey is better.
Okay. I'm locking it in.
Oh, I lost the key in that one. Who's the winner, Jeremy?
Let me click end tournament wherever that button's gone. Oh, I've lost that button. There it is. I think this is it. So first is Super Mario Odyssey, 6-0. Second is Super Mario 64, 5-1. And third is Super Mario Brothers, also 5-1.
Oh, what a fight!
And look,
knockdown drag out fight. So what is our? So that's a top 8.
If we re-randomize this, it's a different top 3.
I agree.
Odyssey
can you read
come out
the
on top.
following: the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and that's as many as there is.
So 4th is Super Mario Super Mario Maker 2. 5th is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Joint 5th is Mario Kart DS.
Yep.
Joint fifth is Super Mario World.
Yep.
And also joint fifth is Mario Kart 8.
Oh, breaks my heart that Galaxy isn't up here with these ones. But it's hard because we're not just talking about the games that we prefer the most, but the games that are important the most. Bloody Super Mario Brothers the movie. Bloody
Super Mario Brothers the movie got more wins than Galaxy.
no.
It was up against easier opposition.
Yeah.
So out
Mario,
of the
Mario the movie got lucky.
The tournament that I titled Mario under the game Titanfall because it asked me for a game, and so I just typed in the word Titanfall.
Why didn't you pick a Mario game?
I wasn't interested in that.
Why didn't you pick the Mario movie? That was fun. That was pretty exhaustive.
Very exhaustive.
Very fun. And now we're both wearing silly hats. Thank you for joining us for this one, everybody. This is pretty fun.
This is the definitive Mario Odyssey wins because we're both sitting here wearing silly hats. And it
makes it by default the most definitive version of any sort of ranking like this.
If that's not definitively Mario Odyssey, I don't know what is. Wearing silly hats. If only I
kept my mustache.
If only you kept your mustache.
Instead, I look one of those weird half people from... that's the wrong way to say that, but one of those like fake plastic people from New Donk City.
What, the business people?
Yeah, the people who are humans, but Mario's there too, and like, is Mario not a human? I guess not.
No, he's not. He's Italian.
No, he's a plumber. Well, thank you everybody for coming along for the ride with us on that one. That was pretty fun and special. I was thinking as we were doing that, I was like, oh, maybe we should do this again. And I'm like, how do we do this again for games that isn't Mario? Like,
exactly, right? Like, you could do it for, like, I don't know. Like,
it would be a topic that only goes for half the length of time, and then what's the point of that?
Yeah. Yes.
Jeremy, I don't even remember half the Mario Party games in there. Do you?
Oh yeah, there was 4, there was 6, there was 9, there was 2.
9 came up. I don't remember 1 or 3 or 4 coming up at all. They so quickly got discarded because there were so many in there.
Yep.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, next week... Oh, actually, I didn't say that. Next week, what are we looking at? We're looking at... do AAA games have a space...
Double.
Oh, sorry, I keep saying that. Do AA games have a space outside of Game Pass? So talking about how those mid-budget games, where can they live if they don't release on Game Pass? It seems to be their home at the moment. We're going to be talking about that next week. Make sure you don't miss it. You can make sure of that by following our social accounts that I linked out before. That is Twitter, that's Twitch, that's Instagram, that is TikTok, all at MiniMapAU. You can also go to the website, minimap.com.au. You can follow us individually too. Jeremy, where can they go to follow you on Twitter?
At the Mario Odyssey Defender.
Okay, good. And you can follow me on Twitter at KJPalmer_24. I think the better fake Twitter handle for you, Jeremy, would be the Mario Movie Defender.
The Mario Movie Defender is logged on.
The problem is you're going to have to specify, because if the one that comes out in a year is crap, then
I don't want to think about it. I'm so not. I don't trust that movie to be very good at all.
What about Jack Black as Bowser?
I think that's good. I think Charlie Day as Luigi is good.
Who's Peach? Isn't it Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yes.
I gotta go back to... Anybody should go to Kinda Funny's TikTok. They've got 3 pinned TikToks. And the top one that's got so many views is all of their reactions to all of the actor announcements to the Mario movie. Just like... If you're listening to this and you hear me say that, go find it. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's the same with Dan Reichert reacting to that live as well, because he's drinking and he's just like cackling.
For those of you that are live with us on Twitch, stick around. We're about to start the post show. I guess the bracket post-mortem will be about to begin. And for those of you listening on a podcast service or on YouTube after the fact, if you could give us a positive rating, whatever that looks like, on whatever service you're listening to us on, That would help us out a lot. It would mean a lot to us. And consider joining us next week for the live show. You can help us determine how we would manage this mess in the future. Lastly, you can also support us on Patreon if you want to help keep the lights and mics on. You can do that by heading on over to patreon.com/minimapau. And for $5 Australian, $5 Australian dollars rather, you can ask us questions to answer on the podcast, all while helping us out greatly. Yeah, Sam says the Mario movie defender hashtag not the new one hashtag down with Pratt. It was pretty good actually. This was great fun. This is more fun than I thought it would be. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're gonna go now and rest our voices. But until next week, stay safe. Play a Mario game because they're all excellent. And,
play a Mario game.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.